Alright, we got a box. ME500. Let me get this shiny stuff off it real quick. Typhoon going on right now. I'm listening mostly to the Lancelot and the other Fearless at this particular moment, but I don't see anything else on the net about this yet. This is the Shanling ME500 Hi-Fi in-ear monitor with interchangeable cable. Okay. Triple driver. Hybrid construction with 10mm dynamic driver and 2 Knowles balanced armatures, interchangeable 8-core silver-plated copper cable, highly durable brass shell. Brass shell, reducing unwanted resonance, 10mm dynamic driver combined with 2 balanced armature drivers, and the cable, and it's got a case. Take a look at this. Slides open nice. That's a decent presentation. They're getting better with the tip. I don't mean Shanling, I mean like all ChiFi. They're getting a lot better with this as far as instead of throwing like 8 pairs of tips in a bag and you having good luck with it. At least they're labeling these. Vocal ear tips, or what these are called, Soundstage ear tips. That's a first. Vocal ear tips, Soundstage ear tips, bass ear tips, balanced ear tips, memory foam. So you've got your 4 things. That's pretty interesting. I wonder how that is going to turn out. Soundstage, vocal, bass, balanced. You've got them all. Small, medium, large. That's cool if this is based on something that they graphed. I don't know how you're going to graph Soundstage. It's like stuff that's up in the treble, psychoacoustics at its best stage. Accessories. That looks like I'm going to have to break something. Let's see what this offers us. All right. There's no grooves in there. I could have been spinning and spinning and spinning for just so long. You know what these look like? It's weird. I actually got... This is, I'm separating stuff and putting it differently. This looks a lot like those. This isn't in any kind of order. And this isn't the top 5 is in a different case. But this... This reminds me kind of those. But I digress. Let me go ahead and put these off to the side for right now. And no, these are not in order. I'm just switching up what I'm doing. So we've got... The presentation seems actually pretty good. I don't know what those accessories are, but they seem like it's going to be quite a battle. Like this is kind of just getting these out. These do look a lot like don't they? They look like the P1s actually. They're cool to the touch. They're clearly metal. Seems a regular screen. That really is that looks just like a larger, shiny. P1 by Tin Hi-Fi. That's what that looks like. as I am. It fits really snug, like super, super snug. This is the cable. Put this in here since it looks kind of decent. My eyes might be burnt from too much sun, but there doesn't seem to be any kind of marking on there. It says Shanling on here. Little kink and braid right there, not bad. There's your Shanling logo. Got a chin slider. That definitely works. If you're a chin slider person, you're gonna like this one. You need 2 fingers on that thing. If you get microphonics, because the cable has wrapped itself around the leg of this camera. And we're back. So this is quite tight. It's got a chin slider and it's a real one. The tips are identifying by the color. Red is right. It's got the plastic on the hooks. I'm not a huge fan of that. I switch cables out anyway. As so far as stock cables go, this seems like a decent one. Tip selection seems excellent. If that's even remotely accurate, that would be super cool. I'm gonna go ahead and give a brief listen and let you know what I think. Okay, first impressions, these sound pretty good. Listen to 3 songs: Sneakin' Sally Through the Alley by Robert Palmer, Sweet Emotion by Aerosmith, and Ambitions as a Rider. Bass is hitting decent, tons of little details in the Robert Palmer track. Tons of little details could mean at higher volume that there's... So I'll have to graph this, and I will do a full review of it. They're fairly weighty. These are made out of metal, obviously. I believe they're brass coated with something else or something like that. Look at the damn box. High durable brass shell. Brass shell. Okay, so they're using brass and then they got it coated with something else and painted. And there's a ton of little details going on in the Robert Palmer track. If that's not too peaky, this could be a really nice set. So OCD is totally pleased. That's a good and bad thing. Good could be a really excellent set. Bad, it could be a fatiguing set. I don't know. So far, so good. So this is the Shanling ME500. Package is decent. This is a battle. This looks like an evil face, doesn't it? Halloween's coming. Looks like... Do you see it? Yeah. I guess that's how we look at stuff. It looks like a scary face about to do bad shit. But I digress. Comes with an excellent selection of tips if these do what they claim to do because of any kind of checking by them. That's pretty dope. This, I much prefer this to the just, you know, throw a bunch of stuff in a bag while you're sitting there trying to rip it open and there's your tips and what are you going to do with them? Are they ever going to go back where they belong? Yeah, I will actually do this because this is something that might go to my Patreons later, and if it, they'd probably like to have all the tips included, so I'll pay attention about this. Everything's good so far. Again, sorry for the microphonics on that. Hold on a second. Ton of details. That hi-hat splash is sounding really close to me. At this volume, that's fine. At a higher volume, I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and check the graph. There might be some relative to earlier treble frequencies, this might be something that's 7, 8, 9 elevated. Just taking a guess. We'll see how that turns out when I do the full video. Thank you for sending this to me. This might be somebody's perfect set right here. I don't know. I'll give more thoughts later. Definitely will do a review of this because it's heavy, it's brass, it's got 10-inch dynamic, it's hitting hard on the Tupac track, it's giving me tons of details. That hi-hat splash sounds a little like the drum set, and then between drum set and me, the hi-hat or the cymbals. So that's a red flag. Well, depending on how you look at it. I said too much. Or I didn't say enough. It's kind of deep. I'm going to leave you with that deep thought and scary face.